Oh, hello. It is IARESMART. Well, that's me. Anyway, welcome back to Cooking with IARESMART. We're finally doing it again. First we did mac and cheese. Then we did, like, the blue milk, which was only like half an episode, so it didn't really count. Then we did, like, the Wendy's burger, which was actually just a steamed ham skit. And then we did the Hot Pocket. But today, we're actually cooking. Let me grab my trusty blue milk. As you can see here, it is indeed very blue. Just a minute. Ah, delicious. Anyway, so the other day, I got this very nice gift of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge cookbook. Now, I have not been to Galaxy's Edge. I would really like to. But this is basically like a recipe book full of all the recipes they have at Galaxy's Edge. So, very cool. And today, we're going to be making root leaf stew, if it'll focus. Basically, remember in episode 5, when Luke goes to meet Yoda on Dagobah? Yoda makes him a root stew of just the local, like, stuff that he found. So, that is what we're going to be making today. So yeah, we're going to be making some stew. That's some crazy Jedi guy cooked up while he was on space weed. Anyway, yeah, let's just get right into it. So I've already prepared all the ingredients. That is 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 8 ounces of mixed mushrooms. I went a little bit less on that because I don't want too many mushrooms. I want to try and balance it a little bit, but we'll just go with it. 2 cloves of garlic, freshly minced. 1 tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. That's right here. Half a teaspoon of ground cumin. Half a teaspoon of ground turmeric. Half teaspoon of ground cinnamon. 2 cups of vegetable broth, which I have this chicken bone broth. It'll be the same thing. It's just a broth. That's all you need. And then, what else? 2 cups of chopped root vegetables, like carrots and potatoes, which I have right here. And then several handfuls of collard greens, which I left out because I don't want collard greens. That's just gross. And it's just a garnish anyway, so you can leave that out. Anyway, let's get into it. Step 1 says, heat 1 tablespoon of the oil in a large saucepan over medium heat and cook the mushrooms for several minutes, stirring occasionally, until they have released their juices. Remove the mushrooms to a bowl and set aside. So, we're just going to get a head start and get a bowl, because we're going to need this later. So set this aside. And first step is we need the 1 tablespoon. Where'd my tablespoon go? How did I already lose a tablespoon? Alright, well, we'll just get a new one. Where is it? There it is. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to put this on medium heat. And I do actually know how to cook, alright? So if you're seeing this video, it means everything went perfectly fine and that I didn't hurt myself. So if you're not seeing this video, it means I probably died. But I do know how to cook. So we're going to prove that today in this video. It's a bit more difficult because I'm in a helmet. I can't really see. Especially for stuff like this where you have to measure out. But I can still kind of see it. Okay, so there we go. That's our first tablespoon of olive oil. And we're going to turn that on medium heat. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, but there's flames on there, and it's coming out. Everything's fine. So, what do we have to do in there? Alright, so we're going to spread this oil around. It's not moving very much, but that's fine. I'm going to get a spatula or something so I can move the mushrooms around. We'll use this wooden one. I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do. Just going to be careful with the pan. It's stainless steel, so it should be fine. Medium heat, and cook the mushrooms for several minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, so we're just going to put the mushrooms in there. It's on medium heat. Now this, we're just going to essentially cook the mushrooms a little bit. We want them to brown, and then have their juices released so they just taste good. This is kind of just basic stuff, but I don't want to try anything too crazy. We're taking baby steps. We started with mac and cheese, then we went to Hot Pockets, and now we're moving on to root stew. So, crazy progression here on the IARESMART channel. Also, side note, thank you for all the new subscribers. for all you new people here, we like to do crazy things like cooking on this channel. So yeah, it's crazy times. We're almost at 600, and my birthday isn't even until this Wednesday, so it's great. So thank you, everybody. Alright, what did it say? I know I keep checking the directions, but I don't want to mess anything up. I want to be precise and careful. Also, I don't want to burn the kitchen down, because people would be mad at me if I did that. More specifically, my parents. Honestly, I imagine this is what Yoda was doing. You know, Yoda just had this whole stove set up, and you know, all the stuff, and Luke came over, like, Yoda had just been waiting years to show off this root stew he had made. Alright, I think we're at a point now, it's been several minutes. I think these are going to be good. So what we have to do now is move them to a bowl, which might be a bit difficult, but I think we can get it. I'm going to pick this up and very carefully take the mushrooms and put them into this bowl. Careful not to hit the pan on anything, Harmon, I know. Look at that. Perfect! I gotta put this back on the heat very quickly, because we got the mushrooms here. Next step. Alright, let's see. Add the remaining 1 tablespoon of oil, followed by the garlic, ginger, cumin, turmeric, and cinnamon, stirring about 30 seconds until fragrant. Okay, so that's fine. Ginger kind of smells weird, but I think it's important for taste. And also it's a root, so it just adds to the whole root stew thing that we got going on. Oh, geez. Oh. Yeah, I can definitely smell that. Just want to make sure everything's stirred up well. Yeah, that smells really good, I will say. Okay, going a bit slow, so it's a bit difficult. Pour in the vegetable broth. I need another measuring cup. Gosh darn. Alright, we don't want to pour the broth too fast, so I'm just going to do a couple halves of a cup. Because I need 2 cups, I believe. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Yep, 2 cups. This is a half a cup, by the way. So we're just going to do 4 of these. Now this is chicken bone broth. Okay, yeah, we're turning that down a bit. I don't want it all to boil away. There we go. So now it's just going to do a good job of combining everything into more of a soup. Now, it is entirely possible I've messed up already and ruined the soup, which would be really bad, because I want this to go well, but I'm just going to hope that this is okay. You know, if there are any like people who are really good at cooking watching me doing this and just cringing, I wouldn't be surprised. Followed by the root vegetables. Okay, so now we just add our carrots. And our potatoes. Carrots, potatoes, they're really good in the soup. You need some water in soup. If it's just broth, it's going to taste like garbage. So that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm just going to use a measuring cup. There we go. It says just enough to cover. So we're just going to do about 2 cups, because we got 2 cups of broth to about 2 cups of water. That seems good. Okay. That went better than expected. So now we can just stir everything in. We have pretty much all the ingredients except the mushrooms are the last thing. Also, I believe it said it needs to simmer. Yes. Simmer until they are soft, 10 to 15 minutes. So we have to cover it. Is this the right size? See, it sits there. That's good. So we're going to turn that up just a teeny bit to let it simmer. I want to make sure the pot is centered on the burner so it centers well. And then we have to let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on their size. Alexa, set a timer for 12 minutes.
12 minutes, starting now.
Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to let that sit here. This is the part where we patiently wait, and we keep an eye on the soup. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to be here, but I'm probably going to do like a jump cut or something here, so I'll just skip to when we're done. Alrighty, so jump cut. I hope that worked. That's up to IARESMART editing this video. Anyway, it's almost done simmering, so we're just going to move on to the next step. We're going to add the mushrooms back in and cook for another like 1 to 2 minutes. And we're going to put it into serving bowls, so that should be fun. Do I have a ladle? Probably should. Alexa, stop timer. We do have a ladle. Okay, cool. We'll need that in a minute. This is exciting, people. So we're going to take this off. Set it down for a sec. See, it's very steamy. We're going to add in the mushrooms. The final detail. It's going to add a lot of flavor in. And it's just going to be, you know, a nice change of pace. Because you got the carrots and the potatoes, which should be softened, if I did it right. And then you have the potatoes, which are just soft by default. We're about to do the taste test, essentially. And just see how it is. So I think that's pretty good. It's bubbling a little bit. Now, yeah. This looks really good, I will say. Alright, so we're going to turn off the heat. That's definitely off. And yeah, so got my ladle. I'm going to move this over here. Just to make it easier to serve. So, here it is. I'm going to grab a spoon, if I can. The tripod is set up right in front of the spoon drawer. Okay, there's one. Got it. Spoon. Set that aside. Sip of blue milk. Delicious. Yeah, so let's go. Alrighty. Set the ladle down over here. And here it is, people. Here's the taste test. I'm going to sit down over here because it's kind of hard to eat soup with the helmet on, so I'm just going to be off camera for a second. I'm going to take it off, and we're going to try it. See, I'll get a chunk of potato in there too. So I got carrot, potato, and mushroom. I'll show you over here. Can you see it? Look at that. Look at that soup. It's hard to see, I know. But it's just good. Oh. Okay, we'll just leave that there for a second. I'll fix that in a minute. I gotta try this. Yeah, that's very unique, I will say. Get the carrots and the potatoes and the mushroom. The broth definitely needs something. I'm gonna try adding some salt. It's a bit bland, and the just root flavor comes in really strong, which is the point. It's root. That's what you're supposed to taste. But still, I think it needs a little bit more salt. And there was none to begin with. So we're gonna see if that. I think it just needs to add to the taste a bit more. It needs more savory in it because it's got a decent taste as it is. Just needs a little bit more. I think that helped. Yeah. going to add some more to the whole batch over here. I like a lot of salt. And also this is very bland. It needs more. So yeah, I'd say that was a good soup. That was a fun little thing to do. So yeah, again, I've said before, but I hope you enjoyed. This was a fun video to make, and this is just a good soup. So yeah, just oh, this is very hot. I gotta set this down before I spill on myself. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. That's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed making the Yoda root soup. Maybe you can try it at home too, following along on the recipe. If you want to see again, here's what it's supposed to look like. That's gonna focus. Root leaf stew. You can see it there. And then here is what I made. Oh, look at that. That's what success feels like. Anyway, yeah, this video has gone on for way too long. I'm going to have to edit a lot of it out. But yeah, so yeah, subscribe, please. We're getting close to 600. That would be cool. And yeah, hope you enjoyed IARESMART cooking, and see you next week. Bye.